As you guys know, on this channel these days we talk a lot about the rise of Islamism, extremism, and of course the attack on British culture, English identity, Scottish identity, and everything else. And we've been talking about how we need the so-called Western moderate Muslims. They're the ones who are just culturally Muslim because they were born into it, but they don't want to follow the actual ideology of the faith properly, directly. We need them to come out and speak out. Maybe we are seeing a bit of a turn of events because we are seeing a number of videos coming out in London. Some of the people from the Muslim community coming out to speak out against how their own community are taking over. Let's go to this video and react to it.
What politicians do and everything is doing, I think there is a big responsibility of the Muslim community in that, because we have tried to change the British. It is totally different now. It's nothing like Britain before. You know, it's everybody's like doing their own thing and they want to adapt everything. So this country's own culture has disappeared. You know, and I think this is something that needs to come back if we want to be, feeling the important. Because, you know, if the British society changed to other countries, rules and religious expectation and everything, then you cannot expect, the Britain, politicians to be British to you.
Yeah. So this is interesting. So you think Britain has been too accommodating almost?
Yes, it is. And I think this multicultural, everything coming into it has made it like the society has changed to everybody's adaptations. Yeah. Like everybody's doing their own thing, schools and everything, they're like having different kind of holidays, everybody's having different kind of, their own adaptations. And I think, if you go to Tower Hamlets Council and you want to speak to someone about, before I would go to council and I would see that they would expect and they understand me. But now they will be like, oh, in your culture it happens, so adapt to it.
Yes, firstly, big shout out to Politics Joe for doing that interview. Some people might still say, well, then why, if she cares, why is she still covering her hair? Firstly, again, it will be very difficult for certain people in certain cultures to even like change that sort of behavior. But also, we do live in a free society. It's actually more powerful coming from a Muslim who still basically looks like a Muslim, speaking to other more radical Islamic side, because if she becomes more Western, they will call her an infidel and they wouldn't listen to her anyway. This actually puts pressure on the Islamic community to say, oh, well, our own people who are still technically Muslim, that they are actually calling out our behavior. It would make a difference a little bit. She also made a very interesting point that not many people talk about. We always talk about, of course, they're trying to change Britain and the face of Britain and the culture. It's also about the little details when it comes to behavior. She talks about how obviously everyone will be having their own holidays. It will affect everything in terms of school kids, in terms of employees in each office. Some people say, well, now it's my holiday, now it's this. Everyone will have different timelines and different adaptations, as she was actually claiming, rightly so. And I think it's important for everybody to come together. It is still a free society. Do whatever you want, wear whatever you want. We're still obviously free to criticize, to mock, whatever you want, vice versa as well. We got some people in the Islamic community who are calling out Islamism, but they were calling out, I don't know, people who are going around with more revealing clothing. And it's fine. You can criticize whatever you want, as long as you believe in Britain and British values and go against multiculturalism, because we cannot just have a mush. It's a complete situation where we don't even know what this country stands for.